Hi everyone, welcome to this video where I'm going to be looking at continuing on from building my E30 custom body kit. In the last video you would have seen on this part of the body kit build where I was looking to use expanding foam and those kind of things to build the body kit. I've seen things like Kyle Reese and stuff like that do those kind of things, but I feel like with the build that I'm going for, it's not actually going to be the best way forward for me. I've looked into it a little bit more and I've noticed other things, other bits and pieces that I wanted to look into. So in this video, you're going to see me working with insulation board. So it's fairly cheap, it's fairly inexpensive compared to using other foam boards. Like there was this one that I've seen, it's for floral stuff, it's like a green one. It's supposed to be quite easy to use and stuff like that, but it's very expensive. I think like a little block like this big is like £5 or £6 or something along those lines. So to do my car, from what I could figure out, I was like, it's going to cost me like at least £100 just on the foam board. And I was like, it's just pointless. You know, I'd rather use something else and spend the time on shaping it than spend that much money on something that's literally just going to be used to go to waste. And it probably will save a little bit of time, but how much time? Considering most of mine is going to be large single shapes and not too many curvatures in there. So I thought, not worth me going around that route. I'm going to try this route out. So here's what I've gotten to so far. I've been messing around a little bit. You know, I've just trying to get an image in my head of where it wants to go. Now, this is a fiberglass M3 E30 wing. As you can see, I am building it wider than what the fiberglass original one looks like. And there's a couple of reasons behind that. You guys will see later on throughout this build. I'm going for a very unique look. Yes, it's not like the Pandem, but it is going to be slightly similar, you could say. It's not going to be an M3 style. It's going to be my take on something that I find quite cool from different other builds that I've seen. I kind of wanted it to be a bit reminiscent of like a very JDM authentic style of a build. This is just me messing around with some cardboard and some masking tape just to kind of see from the front what it would actually look like. Now, I had this vision, but I hadn't actually had a way of looking at it specifically, so I thought doing something like this, I'll show you guys. When you look at it from here, you can kind of see what I mean, but it just helps visualize what the actual arch is going to be like, just how wide it's actually going to be as well. I did also look at using this kind of foam, but it's just too soft. It's just not what I need. So I'm going to be using the insulation foam. Now this is, let me remember how wide it is. I think it's 100 millimeters, which is the same shape, same like marking points. So I'm going to be using here to point of reference. I was going to be looking at using like board lump pieces and pieces like this to kind of use as marking points. So I can make sure this side and the other side is going to be 100% perfect. But with the way I'm going to be using the insulation foam, I might not even need that. So some of the stuff that I've bought is actually not going to be used. This is quite a nice little tool that I'm going to be looking to utilize. It's basically used for like creating the shapes again. So what you do is basically, if you got a point here, you just push it on. Obviously you don't do it as hard as I did then, but it gives you the shape. So you can use this on the other side and get the exact same point. I'm going to be using these points here, which are 10 centimeters apart, as key reference points. Might even break that down to 5 centimeters and stuff like that. I'm going to see how it goes. So right now I'm just going to start playing around with everything. So let's just jump right into it. So everyone, at the moment I've got the foam on there with just this, it's like a sticky adhesive kind of thing where it just makes it kind of easy to remove and stuff like that. This is kind of just playing around with it right now. I don't actually have my mask that I ordered, so I'm being very careful about how much I'm cutting and stuff like that. But for now, I think this is where I'm going to leave it. I might cut a few more pieces up. Once I get the respirator, I'll continue on with this video, which hopefully will arrive soon. Fingers crossed. So everyone, you can kind of see what I've done now. That all came off, but that was just temporary. I just wanted to see how it would work and stuff. My mask actually won't be arriving anytime soon. It is now Saturday and yeah, that sucks. So I've got a scarf. I'm gonna cover my face like this while I work on the car. So while work on shaping all these bits and pieces. So yeah, I'm just gonna start sanding and shaping these things and getting it stuck on here first. And then we can, ooh, that's really tacky still there. Yeah, feels funky. But yeah, I'm just gonna carry on working. So hyperlapse time now. So everyone, I've kind of gotten all my shapes together now. I'm gonna grab this one here. So this is for section 4. So you can see these little gaps. They'll be filled in later on. Reason why is because it was just taking too long to shape everything from the inside, just to get them all to fit in the lines. So I'm just gonna basically glue these on now. And then I'll fill these in later, but at least then everything's gonna actually be on the actual fender now. For me to start working on it all going forward. The good thing about this is if I do need to shape anything or add anything extra, I can just glue more bits and pieces into there. So that's going to be really helpful. I'm just waiting for my heat gun to get warmed up. So you're going to see me do all of this next. And so that's how it looks right now. It looks like a big mess, to be honest. So when you look at it like that, it's just like all odd kind of pieces coming out here and there. But I'm just going to start working off from this half. Reason why is because I don't want to waste too much time doing the whole thing and whatnot. It's all going to just flow from this bit anyway. I can just use this as a first draft and take it from there. So let's just see where I end up. So guys, I've managed to get most of the pieces ready for this side that I need to get together. I've got a glue gun which is on behind me, which is currently getting warmed up. I'm going to be putting these on like this. Well, not onto the actual panel. What I'm planning to do right now is stick all of these together so then they're actually nice and solidified. So when I am working on it, I can work the whole wing instead of just each part at a time. Because as you guys can imagine, the sanding down process is the longest part as well as also the hardest. So, you know, getting this bit done right like this, taking the time to actually do it. I feel like this is a better way of doing it than the other side. I just thought I'd try it and it looks like it's worked out. So we'll see how it goes now. So everyone, here's where we're at right now with this. I've taken off the top layer of the metal kind of sheet skin thing, and it's just made it so much easier to start shaping all of this. So I'm just going to continue doing all of that. I should really prepare myself. I've got my mask which has arrived, so I'm going to be wearing that and just working away on all this. I'm trying to get it to the shape that I wanted it to be. So let's jump into it. So here is where we're at with this today. It is basically now on this chair, which is on some foam, which is lined up here. That's roughly where I want this to be. Just a little bit over the top of that. Can't really get the right angle to show you guys, but yeah, you can see roughly there. That basically means I can now go through the bottom of the car, like underneath, and draw out the lines I need to cut for this to fit on like that. So here is the piece that I've cut out originally. So this is this block here, which is perfect to work off. Had I known that you could take off these layers, I probably would have done something different with the front arches, which might actually mean I might do something different with the other arch. Not sure yet. I'll see how recreating the other side goes before I work on this one again. It's kind of be annoying. But then while I had that one done, I then used it to do the other side. So both sides are done in that respect. Now I'm going to start working on these. So this is going to take a lot of time. Let's just face it, this isn't a time related thing. This is just get it done. So yeah, let's go. So this is a big moment for me. I'm actually going to be cutting up this wing, parts of it that I won't be using. So a lot of the bits like down over here, I think I'm just going to cut for now. Might be more, but this is the bit that I'm going to start with. This is kind of a daunting thing. Obviously I don't really want to have to buy another one of these. So I've got the little metal cutter attachment to my Dremel. So yeah, I'm just going to do a quick check over again on certain things. Actually not going to cut as much over here. Do a little bit less, but maybe I should start over here. You know, I'm just going to start right smack bang in the middle. I'm going to change my eye protection. I think it's going to be much faster if I get the angle grinder out, which was over here somewhere. Someone must have moved it. Damn, that is loud. I'm definitely gonna actually put my headphones in because I've forgotten just how loud this all gets. And actually I'm gonna lower all this onto the ground. I think it's gonna be easier that way. You can see just how wide I am hoping to go with this. It's basically at least an inch wider. So that's where we're at. It might be more than that. It might be an inch and a half, but I've left room. So it's all about 2 inches wide and I can bring it all in. It's at least going to be an inch wider. So I'm just trying to figure out what we're going to be doing. So I kind of stuck this on down here, but I realized it's not the best thing to do, so I need to make it so that it does get separated from here. That's stage one of figuring out what to do next. So you can see just how much wider the rear is going to be. Obviously this is all, it's not going to be a straight flat line here, it's all going to get shaped in, but like I said, still figuring everything out. So everyone, this is where I've gotten with the build so far. Now, I'm not fully sure how much more I'm going to be able to get done with this. I think for this video, I'm going to stop it here, figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of the build. I'm going to take it from there. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe if you want to see where this build actually takes me to. And if you have any tips of what I can be looking at doing, please leave a comment down below and I'll definitely look into it. But yeah, see you guys in the next video. Peace out.